One of the concerns about this so-called bathroom bill is how it could affect tourism and the economy.
KVUE Williamson County reporter Christy Millward joins us now. And Christy, I know the city of Round Rock is already in jeopardy of losing one important event because of this legislation.
Yeah, Mike and Quita, that's right. A Quidditch league has already questioned pulling their tournament set for next spring for a city that bases part of its financial future off of tourists. City leaders are worried. More will follow. Round Rock, Texas, it's known to be the sports capital of the state, with dozens of baseball, football, and soccer fields.
Our sports center is booked up year-round.
The city even just unveiled a $27 million multi-purpose complex, all of it aiming to bring people to Round Rock from across the state and country.
The facilities are great, and so people want to play in them.
Round Rock Mayor Craig Morgan says it's part of their plan to keep their property taxes low, build facilities, and bring in tourists.
They come spend money in our restaurants, they eat, they stay at hotels, and then they leave.
He says last year they took in $34 million in sales tax. $17 million of that went to reduce property taxes, creating a 13-cent savings, according to Morgan. But that may be in jeopardy. Round Rock is scheduled to host the 2018 U.S. Quidditch National Championship next April. But the organization says, quote, U.S. Quidditch is against gender-based discrimination, including Senate Bill 6 in Texas, and similar such legislation being considered in states across the country. For now, U.S. Quidditch tells us they plan to hold the Quidditch Cup in Round Rock, but want to wait for a decision from lawmakers. And they're not the only ones. Morgan says the U.S. Women's Lacrosse Women's Championship also wants to see what happens at the Capitol before making a commitment.
One or two tournaments may not really have that big of an impact, but if the trend starts and it's 3, 4, 5 major tournaments over a period of time, and you start seeing a decrease in the city sales tax side, then you have to make that money up somewhere.
Earlier this week, business leaders said the state has already lost more than $60 million due to talks of, quote, discriminatory legislation. But Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who backs the so-called privacy legislation, says it shouldn't affect the Texas economy.
It's just more talk from the opponents who have nothing else to say because they can't really defend the bill.
So whether the bathroom legislation becomes law or not, Round Rock just hopes people continue to visit. Now today, the governor's office tells us they believe the Texas economy will remain strong, saying businesses come to Texas because of the economic climate. They say that's low taxes, reasonable regulations, and right-to-work laws and litigation reform. Christy Millward, KVUE News.